What happened?
Did
Did you get a new CD or something? What happened to our greatest collection of hits?
You don't know this song?
I know this song.
Come on.
This song mostly doesn't come from you, though.
Come on, take a guess.
Don't need to guess. If you got to guess this song, you did not grow up anywhere
I know
around
exactly who it is. And when they start singing.
Tell us what you're gonna do tonight, Mama.
Barry Manilow.
The Eagles, dunce. It's these shoes. You know, we're always wearing some kind of shoes.
Unless you're walking barefoot.
Okay, right?
So,
AM1450 KPTR. It's Moose and Bunny, by the way.
I noticed your shoulder's a little.
Yeah, people go, did you have a stroke or something? I'm like lifting my left arm with my right arm.
Yeah.
So
I know what you're talking about. It looks like it's a little hurts.
It's a rotator cuff.
I actually pulled a muscle before I left home this morning. Felt so good. I think I'm gonna go home and pull it again.
I thought I was healed. I played in the OTL and then there went the shoulder. What? I know. We threw that out there. You just got to ignore him, girls.
That's what
Michael Birnberg's back with us today.
Here I am. I'm back.
How are you? And a blast from the past. Did we going to use your real name? Sure we did.
Yeah.
Right? Jory?
Yes. I
Jory.
don't know if we did last time.
Come up close to the mic.
Don't be afraid.
Is that mic working? I don't know if it
it's
is.
turned up.
Well, borrow Heather's mic, right?
Check.
Yeah, Heather's
Oh
there.
my gosh.
Heather's
Louder
there.
than I am.
Right. I think you're going to have to share
You're
with
gonna have
Heather.
to pull. No, you need to pull it down. It's a little high.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be looking right at it. You got to be. There you go.
Pull it down?
Use your down. Pull it down.
It's very phallic.
There you go.
Microphones very, very much are, aren't they? So how are you guys today? It's this weather, right?
Oh,
I
it's just wonderful. You know, people in this town
a
think
haboob.
that when
Haboob.
it rains, that they got to drive like 5 miles an hour.
We've got the haboob with the boob.
Yeah, this
today,
is the haboob
right?
over here.
I'm the boob.
Right?
Yeah.
Moose tries to be the boob on purpose, though.
I'm the boob. I don't try. It just happens naturally.
You open your mouth, and there it just comes right out.
My mom didn't give me enough when I was little.
Yeah. How was your week? See, Moose and I never talk to each other. We see each other on Saturdays, and that's about it.
Well, that's probably about as much
It
as
is.
you can stand.
Yeah.
That's all we can handle
Yeah.
after 28 years.
Yeah. I just am amazed that people give people license. I mean, I swear, I follow a guy down Indian at 20 miles an hour because it was raining.
Yeah.
Yeah. People think that it's like the world's ending.
Remember that time remember the floods came? I think that's the last time you and I were in a car together. And we couldn't. I had to get back to my house. I had to take
remember
different,
that.
and because the
Yeah,
car
I
was
tried to forget.
too low, and you kept saying, "No, you're good."
I tried to
I
get you
can't
to
do
float
that.
your car.
So
Wait, we got hand signals going on.
I know, they're hands.
What are you guys doing? Get up
they're
closer.
switch headphones, right, and microphones.
I don't know what they're
It's
doing.
good. That's radio. See, people can't see this stuff. We have to explain it, though.
It's good.
But Michael's back with us today because he had such a great time a couple of weeks ago.
Did you really?
Right?
Oh, yeah, I had an amazing time. It had nothing to do with you two at
His
all.
mayoral potential career is completely over now.
Is
right?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, guilty by association,
Yeah.
of course.
Who'd you
There's
associate
no
with?
way.
I really don't know. I think I might have been blacked out the entire time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't coming on here, was it? Because this is enough to do
Yeah,
it.
this will. I don't know. This show could take you either way.
You'll
It could
probably
take you
read about it in
completely
the
out, or
paper,
maybe
yeah.
put you over the threshold.
Yeah, listen. If you need to get elected, you got to do something that people can read about because that's how you get, elected.
Well, then why am I doing radio?
I'm not sure.
We
Maybe
ask
we should go.
ourselves
Maybe we
the
should go
same thing.
streaking through somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just, bring back.
I went streaking once through the church.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got caught by the organ.
that hurts. Did
Yeah.
you? I mean, that's. Well, you. So what have you been up to this
Not
last
much.
week?
Not much.
How you doing?
Zero.
Right?
Just trying to stay alive and being out. I watched the weather yesterday from Gold's Gym. I've been tanning and going to the gym.
EOS
And,
Fitness now, by the way.
EOS Fitness. I am
not
so
Gold's.
sorry. And but I watched the haboob or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
I watched it come in from down valley, and you could actually just literally see a wall of just moving up.
I was
It
at Whole
encompassed the
Foods,
airport.
and it was like nice day, and then you just look out to the left, out the window, and here it
Listen,
comes.
as opposed to what? Half Foods.
That's the
quarter
name of the
foods?
store. Come on, Whole Foods. You guys have heard of Whole Foods, right?
Yeah, supposedly there was a band playing there
It's the
last
Hive.
night.
The
The
no,
Hive
the Hive.
Minds.
Derek Jordan.
Yeah,
Gregg.
we know Derek.
Yeah.
And the high what?
The Hive Minds. That's
Hive
the name of
Minds.
Derek's band.
Mm-hmm.
Hive
Yep.
Minds. They were there on the patio. That place is big. They have it's called the tap room at the Whole Foods. In fact,
That's why I used to
Mr.
have-
Salesman
that's
here.
what I used to call my bedroom.
They
Yeah,
have beer
the tap
there,
room.
huh? It's
Yes.
tap room, yeah.
CV Brewery was there.
Oh, nice.
La Quinta Brewing Company, and then Babe's Brewery was there. So we were promoting. Whole Foods is doing 10% off. Love locals.
So
for
it's
the summer.
so it's 90.
So everything's
so
10% off.
So it's 90% foods.
90% foods. Okay, funny guy.
Yeah.
There'd be
Right.
good marketing for
Yeah.
it.
He's a stand-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sit down.
Who's
I
told
think.
to
Right,
sit
right before
down.
they put the handcuffs on, they always say, could you please
But no, we
stand
had
up?
we did what we call in radio a live broadcast with one of the other stations. So we were
So
there promoting
when you
that.
do a live broadcast, do you actually have to, fix yourself up and shower and,
Yeah.
and brush your
Generally
teeth?
so, because you're out in public.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
that must
radio,
be-
you could do the show naked if you wanted to. No, who's going to
Well,
know?
how does everybody know
Heather
we're
might.
not?
Heather
I'm
might
naked.
know.
My
Too
top's
naked.
off.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, we should
See
do a
my
naked.
kaboobs.
Yeah, we'll do a
Her
naked
boobs.
boob
See,
shot.
I can
everybody-
see her boobs.
Everybody thought the haboobs was gone, but the haboobs are right here.
Her boobs are back. Wait, did I just say that? Sorry.
Well, speaking, that's a nice segue, right?
To what?
Do people use?
I don't even know.
Do people use their haboobs as
I'm
weapons?
a little upset that last week you set me up.
How did I set you up?
Well, because we were talking, you said you made reference to somebody was going to come in since you weren't here. You were down goofing off in San Diego again, and I thought it was a different person. So I totally planned all
prepped
this
differently.
all this
He
tantric
never
planning.
preps.
I did. I had all this stuff, and then a different person showed up than the one I thought, and it was a little uncomfortable.
So you were tantric planning.
Tantric.
He was
planning.
planning some tantric
was
discussion.
I think we can stop the.
And he came. Well, Jim told me I saw him the other. He says he talked about maybe a date he went on or something. Maybe. Have you been on any dates?
No, what? No, I
No.
don't date.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. Date.
Why? How come?
What?
How come?
Because that's got a lot of rules and regulations.
Oh.
Do you Tinder?
What?
Tinder. Yes, Tinder came up. I didn't even know what
would not
Tinder
be,
was.
Tinder would
Oh,
not
man.
be any word that would be used in any interaction I had.
There's a new person.
Oh, Tinder,
that-
the program.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
to the show, and she might call in. Cherie might call in to give us the Tinder report. Although I don't think we're allowed to actually.
Why do they
say
call it Tinder? Because
There is no tenderness.
Anybody there, you're not going to be.
Oh, we
meeting,
can-
you're gonna be
Actually,
Tinder.
there is tenderness. I met this beautiful lady on Tinder.
And
not long ago.
Oh,
Yep,
here we
so
go.
you know.
Confession time.
She ain't speaking today.
really, how long ago was that?
It's about like about a month and a half ago.
Okay, you're still
Yes.
talking.
We're still talking. We're actually together.
Good for you. That's good. See, so it isn't one of those websites that you like to go to,
They're all the same, to me.
right? What's your favorite? Tell us. Tell the crowd.
What-
We know what your favorite is.
Which one's my
That
favorite?
ChristianMingle.com,
That's it.
right?
Because those girls got it all pent up.
See, I told you.
Oh no! See, this is a point.
I
have to
set him
make.
up
That's
well.
why I went to
I
high
set him
school
up.
next to the Catholic school, and trust me, you're like, I'm not. There's the Catholic girls.
I don't
I
think-
just know how to give it. You know, it's the punchline. That's what this show's about. Looking for the punchline,
Yeah,
or to
that's
or to
really
get
what
punched.
life's about, isn't it?
I'm the
Life
guy
is a
that points
punchline
out that if you say love backwards, spell it back, it's evil. Yeah. Yeah.
Evil. There's no
Not,
I.
It's evil. Not even evil. Not even like the normal. It's just like down low evil.
Real down
Yeah.
low.
I hope that's your phone and not mine.
Sorry,
I'll
I
be in
didn't.
trouble.
You know, I didn't take charge. Hey, we're in a play together, Russ.
Oh, we are this coming Saturday.
Right.
I've got my parts down.
We plug a lot here too.
We plug. We plug a lot everywhere. And I'm going to plug up
But
here
I-
pretty soon if it doesn't start
That's a
growing back on
visual.
my own.
That's a visual. I
Listen,
should've
you guys
brought up.
feel free to jump on in there
Yeah.
anytime. Now, you
This
want
is
to
an
throw in a
ad-lib
shameless
show.
plug. Heather, you want to throw in a shameless plug?
Yes, you work. You said you work
You
somewhere.
said you got
that
a new
wanna-
bar. It's opening up, you know.
Right.
Yes, Chill Bar on Arena Street. It used to be the Rainbow Room, a.k.a. Rainbow Casket. And, yeah, no, it's a pretty cool place. We just
So
opened
why is it
up
called the
and
Chill Bar?
everything's chill, you know? I feel like I'm shining shoes when, like, I want to shine shoes when there's customers sitting on the side. You know, it's very comfortable, little
Yeah,
couches.
yeah.
And, you know, they're like tall couches. They're really nice.
yeah.
It's a really chill place. You know,
Food?
nothing to, no food. But
Alcohol?
there are snacks and a lot of alcohol.
I love
very
how
chill.
alcohol has been making ugly people look hot for a long time now.
You know what bar's funny on there is that spur line. Because they're all standing around watching like musicals on the TV. It's like
Show
hilarious.
tunes,
Show
you know?
tunes. It's
Yeah.
like, don't bother me right now. Don't talk to me. I'm watching something.
Well,
you know,
it's very uplifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we went in there to promote one of our plays, the Psycho Beach Party play. So
You went into
in
Spur
there.
Line to promote that?
Yes.
Psycho Beach Party.
Life's about promotion. So anyway, Saturday, Hitchcock, right? The vintage
Two
radio.
plays, 2 and
plays.
7.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we get to read from the script, or am I
Yes.
supposed to memorize those
No,
lines?
it's a play reading, but it's set in the 40s when those
I've
plays were
memorized
done.
my lines. I've got
You
them all
already
down,
memorized?
both of them.
No, you have at least 5.
I got 3 different characters I'm
Yes.
playing.
I'm only doing the announcer part for Lodger.
Yeah, how come I didn't get? I want an announcer.
I'm taking-
part,
you know,
because
it's
I want
cool.
to use my announcer voice.
Yeah, right. You have an announcer voice?
I do.
Yeah.
I always want to. I watch those MMA things. I always want to be that guy and come up with some really cool word that I could stretch.
Your
out
son,
like
your
20
son's
minutes.
hilarious, by the way.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming too.
Why? What do you say?
The All-Star game, right?
Yeah.
Dodger gave up a run to the
Trout.
Angel.
Yeah, to Trout.
And then another Dodger gave up 2 runs to the Angels, and I knew it was coming. I go, here it comes, here it comes.
Yeah.
Little Moose is gonna
he's
put it out there.
he's
Oh, look, two Dodgers gave up 3 runs to the Angels All-Stars, and it was like,
well, dude, you know that Mike
I could read
that
him
Mike
like a
Trout
book.
guy. He's unbelievable.
won the game last night. Walk off.
Trout,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's pretty phenomenal.
You girls baseball fans? No.
Yes.
Good. Who's your
Nice.
team?
Angels.
Angels.
Oh,
I'm a lone tie, and there's
Orange
the
County
New
girl.
York guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from New York, but
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in a sport-loving family.
No, really?
Nah, I grew up listening to classical music and, all that kind of stuff.
You're well too educated. You know that for this show.
I
I
have
know. That's why.
in 72 or 73. My house was very non-sports. In 72 or 73.
You got to dumb yourself up a little bit.
I'm
do you?
trying.
You
I'm
know
trying.
that. You got to
I
stop
think-
being so
I need
smart.
to do a few shots before I come into the show.
We have to climb up to look over the top of the curve. All right, come on. Yeah,
People stop listening if it gets too intellectual in here. By
You
the way,
think? Yeah.
And I get
Nobody
lost.
all 5 of them.
I get confused. We're up to 5.
I think.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're gonna help that out.
Mark's
guys.
listening. Hey, Mark.
I think you're supposed to take a break. Are you?
Are you? No, I'm
Are you okay?
I'm chill. See,
chill?
Heather told me to be chill.
Be chill.
Be chill.
Have a drink.
So, what's on the agenda? You wanted to talk about?
Well, actually, okay, we'll take a quick break. But, yeah, we're going to talk about how men and women use sex as a weapon. Men even, too. That surprised me. I know.
Lord.
I certainly know how women use sex as a weapon. I was married. And then the do's and don'ts of good sex and the truth about lying.
Are there any don'ts?
Do we lie to each other? Do human beings lie to
No.
each other? No.
It's a cold sore. It'll go
No.
away.
Are you sure?
We-
Right?
I never lie. That's the problem.
Really?
No.
You never lie?
What?
Your whole life
I
is
never
a lie.
tell the truth and I never lie.
Well, keep it here. It's AM1450 Moose and Bunny. AM1450
You said
KPTR.
that already.
There you go.
Liar. Try not to pay anything.
You get stuff for free?
What? Yeah. I've been
How does that happen?
Yeah, I get thrown out for free. I get removed for free. I get a lot of stuff for free.
Yeah, who can afford to pay attention these days?
Yeah. Costs a lot.
Don't you think that's a problem, though?
What?
Oh, that's
People don't pay attention. I was
Listen,
told that I don't pay attention.
You don't pay
and
any attention.
Yes, I do.
I give away a lot of attention.
No, you don't pay any attention. Right in the middle of a conversation that's going on, you will totally start talking about something that nobody else is even talking about and act like everybody should catch up with you.
Is this throwing Bunny under the bus?
No,
day,
it's just your
right?
mind is so fast.
Because I'm
I mean,
turning
your mind
backwards.
I know, but your mind is really quick. In fact,
Yeah.
a lot of things about you are really quick. What are we going to talk about today? Sex is a weapon.
Oh, there you go. Good segue there.
I'm done, baby. Make me a sandwich.
Yes,
right?
it's a
Is that
shotgun.
quick?
Hey, it ain't my fault.
Moose is back.
Hey,
I mean,
it ain't
this
my
is-
fault. You
can
can't
tell he's more
got some
single
energy
these
today,
days.
huh?
I
It ain't
know.
my fault you can't keep up in the race. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. Too bad. Hurry up.
See, I'm good not to even run then, right? Is that what
What?
you're saying? I'm not even. I should just stay on the sidelines.
Takes a
Look
lot
at me.
of
I
discipline.
hurt myself. I should have stayed on the
I hurt
sidelines.
myself too. I like it though. That's the difference.
It hurts so good. That's why.
It's so good. Do it again.
Well, sex is a weapon. Now, would you agree? Let's talk to the ladies. That do people use? I mean, it happens. I think more in marriages. That's
no,
where
it
it becomes
happens
more.
in every.
Don't you?
Every
Michael's looking
now
at
you know why
Jory.
they all,
Jory's
now,
looking
now,
at
now you
Yeah,
know what
no,
Heather.
that's
All the females get
Stage
quiet.
right, huh?
Men don't have the intelligence usually to use sex as a weapon because usually what's out in front leading us
Yeah.
isn't thinking about that. It's just thinking about one thing.
like air. You say.
What?
You always said sex is like air. You
That's
know?
right.
The reason men think about it is because if they're not getting it, they're
If you're
thinking
not-
about it.
It's like oxygen. If you're not getting any, it's the most important thing. But if you're getting plenty, you don't really think about it.
Unless you're just a psycho.
What?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Well,
true.
sex. Would you agree? It's synonymous with affection
No.
in a relationship.
Absolutely not.
No,
No.
that's what it says
One's
right
a-
here.
One's
Doctor.
a
Dr.
physical
whomever
act,
said
and the
that.
other's an emotional
Well,
feeling.
they say men are. It's more physical.
Well,
Women,
I
it's
mean, you
more-
have to have some kind of affection for the person. in
You ever
order
watch
to-
the movie Team USA or America, Team America?
Yeah.
Where he's like, she goes, "Promise me you'll never die," and I'll, whatever. And he's like, "I can't." And she goes, "If you promise me you'll never die, I'll sleep with you right
Yes,
now."
exactly,
He's like,
yeah.
"I will never die."
Yeah.
No, it has. Sex is a physical activity for.
Well,
for a
it's
man.
mental.
Now the cuddling afterwards, that takes a little affection. Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree? That, if you have affection for somebody, it turns into love.
I had
Yes,
affection for
yes, I
my
believe
Yes.
that,
I had
yes.
affection for my grandma. But
I mean,
you didn't see me
friendship
want
too,
to,
right? Even if you're friends, you have affection for a friend. That means you probably love that friend.
yeah.
Right, but not necessarily romantic.
I
love.
love
Cuddle
you,
on.
Bunny, but none of that's ever
Stop
happened.
touching me,
It's
would you?
different- Come over here.
I
That's
find
why-
myself able to love people, that I've just met quite often. I can fall in love with another human being, but
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to sleep with them.
Right.
No, of course not.
Affection and the physical
That's a different
activity.
kind of chemistry.
Yeah, and I've wanted to sleep with people who I wouldn't necessarily want to be friends with.
Absolutely. In fact, most people I've met in my life, I didn't
That's
want to
called
be
the
friends
Tinder
with.
report.
Yeah,
and,
it is.
and I just got
I've
a
matured
text.
since then. I'm matured.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But we were just told that Tinder can lead to something a little more lengthy.
Of course it can, but it doesn't.
Anything
but,
can.
But the physical act of sexual contact and affection aren't necessarily intertwined.
Do you think women use it, though, to get their guy to do something that they're
Let's
supposed to
hope.
do?
Let's hope.
Like clean the garage
I don't know.
or
I've
something?
never been in a relationship or had a partner like that. I've never had that experience.
Well,
But I know people do. I know people do, but I've
I
never
tell
had that
women, my
experience.
female friends, I give them the all same piece of advice. No matter what you want.
Does that ever happen in a lesbian relationship? Sex being used in that way?
Yeah, it can. It depends.
happens in them
You know
all.
what? It really does depend. In a lesbian situation, it can either go, okay, well, you got this like me. I take more of the male role, and I date lipsticks. I like my femmes, so a lot of them expect me to be that, the one that puts on the male role.
Yeah.
Takes care of them. I expect her to cook. That kind of thing. That's me in a regular relationship.
But I would think though that like in a lesbian relationship, it would be more of affection being given or held back, as it could be like a kind of a social weapon rather than sex, rather than actually sex.
I've had sex held for me, a woman, plenty of times.
In all relationships.
Yes.
But I feel like if let's say in a straight couple relationship, the weapon that would be used against the woman is the man holding back the love and affection, and for the man, in many cases, it's the woman holding back the act of sex, because that's more of like how the man views the quality of the intimacy in the relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think women like the physical act as much as anything else. I think societal rules are what kind of compress them into a.
That's true, but I don't think that's the most important. I don't think that's the most important.
I think in
thing.
any relationship, no matter if there's two people involved, the same general dynamics are going on. We can classify it and do whatever we want to with it, but the same general dynamics happen through just about all of them.
Yes.
I mean, mostly, yeah, because we're all human beings. But I think there are some nuances.
I think if you state it up front, then. But again, it's different. I mean, if you're in a 5, 10, 20-year relationship versus
I'm going to give women out there a
2 weeks.
piece of advice. If you want something from your man, get hot and heavy, get it going hard, and right in the middle of it, just stop, stand up and look at him, tell him what you want, and say you're ready to get back to it. As soon as he agrees, he will agree instantaneously.
Or she will agree.
Or she will agree instantaneously.
Oh, you've done
Listen,
this.
it's about timing your your questions. Don't do it before and don't do it afterwards. Get the engines running. Pop that question right in the middle of the drive, and then get back to it. And you know what? The answer for me is always, hey, yes. Well, I don't even care what you're saying.
Jory wants to say something.
I know.
She's
I'm hoping
waiting.
she does
She's
have
like,
something to say. Come on.
You guys, there's no space in here. No, actually, I think with like his theory there, Moose, I would be extremely fearful if I tried that technique, that it would pretty much end everything. If you were like, it worked with my mom when I was a kid. I'd ask her when she was sleeping to get whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
She was half asleep, and she'd say yes.
Huh?
But I don't think popping in the middle of it.
No, let me tell you, it works perfectly fine.
That's
Because he's
cruel.
only thinking about one thing, getting back to it.
Yeah, but they might lose that.
You're just a good person, and you don't want to use
Yeah,
it.
you got a good heart there.
Yeah, you're such a sweetie.
well, to punish someone sexually is to deny them deliberately. No, the intention, if the intention is to hurt,
but
to
you're
wound, to
you're-
retaliate,
Listen, you're denying
then you're
yourself,
using it
too.
as a weapon.
If you do it deliberately, yeah.
Yeah.
But
we all know what we do.
Well,
I mean,
war is usually waged over some kind of resource, right? So
Women.
Yeah. So you would be using it as a weapon to get something.
War of the Roses.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, we talk about major wars, but there's wars in relationships. Just ask this guy over here.
No.
Come on.
No.
No, not at
Sure-
all.
Surely you jest.
See, but here's the thing. Women desire sex. Men need it. Would you agree with that?
No.
No? Women need it.
I think both can go either way.
It depends on the
Yeah,
person.
it
Wait,
depends
time
on the
out.
person.
Time out.
Yeah.
What's the difference between need and desire?
Well,
Desire-
Tantrican
need
says
is-
want is
You
selfish.
didn't say want. You said need and desire.
Well, need, want, same kind of. It's a verb, right?
Well,
Action
a
word.
need is supposed to be supplying kind of your biological
you need
and
it.
psychological,
Okay,
like
let me explain to you.
your-
Without the physical,
health,
without
you know.
the physical activity that we call sex, there would be no people on the planet.
Of course
That's
not.
true.
So it is the number one need there is. You don't need food or water without reproduction. So let's just get down to it. It is the number one need.
It's like exercise.
I don't know. I think we
Do we need exercise?
Hey,
You
which-
are
which you need to
listen.
eat.
You are programmed. You are programmed to do it.
I mean, real kinky situations like climbing the jungle gym, right? No.
Yeah, but we're also programmed so that we can transcend it, so that we can actually say no to our own needs. We
If
can
you-
actually decide not to eat,
if
not to
everybody-
drink, not to have
and
sex.
you will die.
Yeah, but that we actually have the capacity to do that.
But that is not natural. See, with natural,
It is natural.
No, it's
everything
not.
is natural.
No,
Everything that
it's not.
occurs is natural.
No, it's not.
Of course it is.
No, it's not.
What's natural here in Palm Springs is a need to eat, a need to have sex, and a need to sleep.
You can't deny any part of the
And the
world
booze.
of the existence because it all exists. That's natural.
Plants, trees, everything have all have one directive. You got to reproduce.
To grow.
You have to grow.
Yeah,
Without
but-
reproduction and growth, a species dies.
Yeah, but the one thing that separates us,
What?
the one thing that
That I
separates
know of?
He knows one thing.
Yeah. The one thing that
Maybe
separates
two.
the one I know two things.
Is our belief that we're different. And
No,
it's
we
not.
are though.
But
Yes,
we're
we
not.
are. The one thing that separates human beings from the trees and the bees and everything is that we create fiction. We create things that don't exist. And so we can actually manipulate our reality in ways that other things
like
can't.
the belief that we're above everything else.
We can. Well, that's
That we created. We're all here part of it. We're all part of the same thing.
Everything,
guys.
everything.
Everything's all part of the same thing. We're not above it, below it, beneath it, or we are part of it. So to feel that we can rise above it means that we, in an irrational sense, want to separate ourselves from it and say, "Oh, well, we're better than it."
Yeah, but what you're talking about is the delusion.
No, I'm talking
It's
about
not,
a biological inbreeding in you. It's in your brainstem.
Yeah, but you're in your biology and in your brainstem is also the ability to not follow that calling. So
No, actually, it's
sure
not.
it is.
No,
well,
that's in
if you're capable of doing it, then it's part of your
Well,
biology.
let me
here.
ask
That's
this
up
though:
here.
if you're with somebody you really want to be with and really enjoy their company, is sex lessened? I mean, is it not as primary?
What?
No, you know what I mean. In other words,
It's
you
a lesson.
enjoy, you enjoy that person's company, so it is not foremost in your mind. That now a relationship is establishing.
It depends on the relationship.
Oh, okay, well, communication then, correct?
Yes.
Yes, that's always a key.
You think?
You gotta
But I
communicate.
would think that it's on your mind, like when you wake up.
Well,
go to
guys,
bed.
it sort of is.
I don't know. To me, I've been kind of in that.
Let's
mode,
ask Heather, though.
through communication right now. It's like, okay, well, funny thing is like right now we're on this spiritual thing, not have sex for 30 days, but
Okay.
it's not. It broke, completely broke. Other than that, it's
But did you see her neck? So it's
no.
not like
I mean, my neck.
Yeah.
Wow, you've been working on your car. That was like
I
a
mean,
nasty
it's
muffler
the thing.
burn.
I feel
really
when you
spiritual.
cuddle with someone and get to know
That's
them,
the same
and
thing, trust me.
communication, and
You're growing
communicating, cuddling,
closer
you're
then.
growing closer.
Correct.
But in
Yeah.
a way, I'm still cuddling, and I'm still
It's
sorry,
a-
horny, and I,
it's
you
a
gotta
physical-
commit to
it's
that. It's just-
I actually think it's really good.
Of course. I mean,
But-
and you're communicating this,
Yeah.
right? Verbally, physically, I would imagine. Well, men use sex as a weapon, but the tactics are opposite. They're laughing at us. They're laughing at you.
Yeah, they're all laughing at
Everybody
it.
laughs at me.
Everybody
That's
laughs at
okay.
you.
I'm good with it.
Well, how men use it, he'll say, I'll take you to a nice dinner, pick the movie, say sweet things, do all the things
whoa,
that we're
whoa,
doing.
whoa,
And his
whoa.
agenda is, then hopefully you'll sleep
No,
with
no,
me
no,
later.
no, no. How the moose says it is, we're going to
We're-
do this
we're gonna-
first. We'll do this first,
how
and
Moose
that'll
does it.
decide where we're going to dinner. You might just be an Applebee's person, or you might be
See-
a Maestro's.
see,
Let's find out before we go
this-
spend the money.
This is the inherent difference between Moose and Bunny. Moose will say, you got to do this first, and then maybe we'll
Hey,
go
if
to
I'm
a
spending
nice
my money,
place.
we're going to decide where we're going. I'm not going to go out
Yeah.
and throw down $400 or $500 for dinner
Bunny-
and find out that you're
Bunny
Or
will.
$500.
Yeah. Bunny will take you to LG's 5 times, hoping for the same thing.
No,
So you can
I'm
put
going
that on
to
your Tinder account.
Applebee's and spend $30. You know what I'm saying? And you got to tell them where they're at as you go. You get started, you're like, okay, Applebee's, baby. Okay, all right, you made it up now to,
You made it to McDonald's. I thought you started at McDonald's.
McDonald's. That's high dollar.
That's high dollar.
Sweet dreams.
no, in and out. Too.
dollar menu.
Dollar menu.
I should be playing Dream On, is what I should be playing. AM 1450, KPTR, Moose and Bunny.
Why do you turn the mics off during the breaks? What's wrong with you?
Well, because people don't really want to hear what we're saying off air.
I'm telling you,
because-
that's
I
the
mean,
only
maybe
time
they
They
do.
don't want to hear what we're saying on air either. Believe me.
Okay, thanks. We appreciate that. There goes your candidacy.
Oh,
Right?
shoot.
But no, I mean, we should. I mean, that's what this show is about, as you can tell. It's just talking about things that are either important or not important to you. Everybody has. As you get older, your thoughts and your desires do change than when you're younger. I mean, and meeting the person I met last night. I mean, I didn't know what Tinder was. And then because you always think everybody is trying to hook up, but in turn, if you meet somebody you really like,
I'm
then
allergic
you
to penicillin.
extend
I gotta be
it.
careful.
You extend it, and then you keep extending it. Now,
If you
I
meet
shouldn't
somebody
use
you
that-
like, it
I
extends
shouldn't use that
itself
word.
pretty much.
I should not use that word with him in the room. I catch myself.
We need
If
a
you really
buzzer.
like them, extends itself even more.
Just every time you hear a sexual innuendo, you gotta hit a buzzer or something.
yeah.
All right, Pinocchio. Right.
Is there
lying
is there
again.
anything that's not?
Now, Jory wanted to jump
Yeah,
in. She was
Jory
getting-
had
she-
something.
she was
Jory, you were
getting-
talking about
How
your
did
man.
we lead into that though? What was it?
No, you weren't really. We tried to get you
about
to, but you
men
wouldn't.
being in charge. Weren't you talking about that, Moose? About
Well,
the dominant male or something?
It's not being a rude, thing, but I think that we even and Heather even spoke the person in charge. You know what I mean? The feminine side normally wants to be that cuddler, they don't want to be out there having to be, if they get bumped in or if somebody's rude to them, they don't want to have to be the one to poke the guy and say, "You going to say something?" You know what I mean? They want to feel that they have that protection, which allows them to then unleash more of the feminine side of who they are because they realize they have that person there for them as a partner.
Agree. Yes.
Yeah. So that's my philosophy on stuff.
You have a philosophy?
No, I used to have a book one time, but then I opened it up and had big words in it, and they got scared, so I put it back.
He has moose-isms.
I have mooses.
Moose-isms.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
We have our mantra, obviously, with this show. We're so shallow, we're deep.
Yeah.
So that's sort
That
of
doesn't make any
that's a moose.
sense.
That's exactly the
That's
point,
it,
though.
yeah.
It's not supposed to make sense.
That is the point. That's life in general.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, who do you know is leading the smoothest life, relationship, whatever? Do
People
you know
that have no
anybody
doubt.
that's living a smooth, unfiltered, unadulterated, manageable?
Well,
life?
you only see what
I
you
mean-
see in public. You know,
Unhealthy.
I mean, yeah,
when you
you're
see
right.
them in private.
Unhealthy.
You know, I relate this back. When I was used to be married, my other half at that time would be in the house telling me what a worthless, total piece of just going off on me, and somebody would ding dong the doorbell, and I go answer the door, and she'd run up and hold my arm like we were best of friends, and I'm like, well, don't touch me after what you were just saying to me. So I think most people live their life, unfortunately, by what they think they can get other people to believe about them.
Yes.
Right? They want to be perceived a certain way. And at one point in my life, I thought that was important. And then I realized, you know what? I just want to be me. And there will be people that like me for who I am. There'll be people that appreciate me for my twisted views of things. And there'll be people that don't. And to be honest with you, the people that don't, I really don't like them around me because they suck the life out of me. And they make me uncomfortable being me. I'm like, well, then don't be standing here. I don't care if you're here or not.
Yeah, and you don't have much life to get sucked out.
No,
Anyway.
gosh, no.
He's
down
running
to
out
my
of
last- I'm
he's
down to
running
my
out of
last
time
battery.
too. He is running out of
Down to my
time.
last battery.
So you guys are still young. we're both running out of time when I think about it.
All right.
Well, to finish that conversation, just seek to fill each other's needs ahead of your own. All right, and sex will then cease to be a weapon.
What?
Well, yeah, that's when you're actually in a relationship,
Correct.
right? Because you have the two individuals, and then you have the relationship, and they act for their own individual self-interest, but then they also act for the benefit of the relationship, as if the relationship was a third person. You know?
Yeah, maybe. I think everybody just acts for their own self-interest, and if you want to be in a relationship, you take care of the other person because it keeps them
Self-interest is not a dirty word.
around. No, it's the only thing.
course
It's the
not.
bottom line.
But,
Politicians have that, don't they?
well,
a little bit.
actually, I mean,
Oops.
if you're if you're a politician, theoretically, your self-interest is supposed to be distributed among the community.
Supposed to be.
It's
There's
supposed to be, yeah. Unfortunately, well, there's a lot of issues with that self-interest being compromised by small cabals of people with a lot of money or interested parties who take control of the system. So and people who live in bubbles and live in their own little corner of the community and don't actually engage with the community, which I think is a very common thing. So,
well, the big issue, obviously, a couple weeks ago was the Confederate flag, and we don't really get into politics here, but we all know it was a battle flag, and Civil War, bad war, obviously, when it's a civil war because you're fighting your own
But
people.
it wasn't the Civil War flag. It goes back before that.
Well, again, no, but it was brought back. Hang on.
Yeah.
It was brought back as a racial thing, 40s, 50s, 60s, and that's basically what it is today. So go away. But we all know, certainly Michael and you guys, Louis Farrakhan, right? He's a divider, not a bringing people together like a Dr. King. And so I got into a little to-do because as soon as a white guy says, what we say, you know, we're a racist, but the whole thing is that Farrakhan said the American flag should be put down. It means hatred, you know, the stars and stripes, and it should go away, and whatever. And so, you know, people, and here's what they'll say, people that hate this country, right? If you live in this country, wherever, I mean, we all move from states and counties and cities or whatever, and it's your right to do whatever you want to do in your life. But if you don't love this country, get out.
No, you have the right to
get
be
out.
here, but you
Get
have
out.
to listen.
Well,
here's my problem.
But you have the right to free speech.
No,
say what
no,
you want.
no, no,
You know, we live in a community where there are people here who would view the American flag as a symbol of oppression and hate, like Native Americans. And they would have every right to feel that way because historically they actually.
But here's the thing: the one person on the post and commenting was a Native American, and of course, and again, I've always, and this is how funny, I don't hate anybody, especially if I don't know them.
What makes
right?
them,
I mean, you don't, and even if you know them, if you hate them, you just don't know them. You don't.
I mean, hate
carry
is
that.
dysfunctional anyway. Hate
Correct.
is not going to get us anywhere.
What makes them a Native American?
Well, what makes them a Native American?
Yeah, because they came from somewhere.
Well, of course, we all came from somewhere.
Everybody did.
But no one's talking about where we actually came from, which was planet Earth, and what was actually, we have no idea where we came from. What we're all talking about is these little fantasy ideas about, you know, our nations and our, you know, and it's all arbitrary. It's all based on where you were born on the planet and at what time period. And it was completely arbitrary what your identity is and where you think you're from and everything. But the fact is that you're a human being, and that's your reality.
Yes. And listen, free speech everybody's for free speech until somebody disagrees with you.
Well, that's what the argument was.
I look at it this way: everybody's entitled to feel and do whatever they want, until it reaches a point where it starts to force other people to do things they don't want to do.
Yeah.
At that point, then. But other than that, everybody's got their own agenda.
Well, we all do.
Everybody has their own agenda.
Well, we were born into an agenda, and we forget that. That's, you know,
we were definitely born into an agenda.
Yeah, but then we think the agenda. We think that agenda is ours.
It's just.
But if you disagree with somebody, you have the right to disagree. I mean, everybody should have their opinion.
Of course, but disagreements should be with the spirit of coming closer to the truth.
Sure.
You know,
bringing people together,
not being right,
but just bringing us together, even if you disagree. Like Moose and Bunny, I mean, we're inherently from opposite sides.
That's right,
and yet we're friends.
Well, you are sifting through you're sifting through life to find the truth, to find the kernels. Yeah.
Well, I would hate to think that if I was always right, what the world would be like. I think everybody else is right just as much of the time.
I don't know. I get frustrated. I mean, you know, Farrakhan can say what he wants to say, but you know, my feeling is if you hate something so bad and you think the country you live in is so bad, go to Guatemala, go to Brazil, go anywhere else. Don't be here. People come here. I mean, obviously, immigration issues are first and foremost out there. And
hey, by the way,
people come to this country because they want a better life.
By the way, I just want to make one point. My relatives did not come across that ocean.
My mother's English. Where'd I come from?
Let me finish. My relatives did not come across that ocean and risk their lives to end up in a country of a bunch of immigrants.
Well, most people here are immigrants.
We're all
immigrants. The fact is that most Black Americans actually have been here longer than most other Americans. They've been here since the beginning.
I think we take off the word before Americans on all of them, and we just call it what it is. You're either an American, I was in Mexico the other day, and this guy told me he was a Cuban Mexican. No, they just don't say it. You're either an American or you're not. Our culture so subdivides everything. Everything has to be put in a box. Well, you're this American or that American. No, you're either an American and you like living here, or you're an American and you don't like living here. If this is where you live and this is the country of your choice, that's fine. But if you need to separate yourself, that tells me that you're not interested in being part of the group.
If you're going to go with that logic, though, you have to extend that to the whole thing, which is, you know, if you're separating yourself from other people because they're from another country.
I don't.
Well, then you can't even talk about America as being an identity.
America is a country that you're from. That's all. If you're from Mexico, you're a Mexican. If you're from Spain, you're a Spaniard. If you're from Germany, you're a German. But that has nothing to do with the color of your skin, your makeup, your sexual orientation. That has nothing to do with your race. It has nothing to do with anything.
It's just your nationality.
It's just the country you claim to be a citizen of. Unfortunately, we have tried to make he's a Mexican American, he's a Latin American, he's a this American. No, if you're Mexican, that means you proclaim Mexico as your country.
Well, there are people that do become citizens who were born elsewhere.
Okay, so if you're from Poland
Yeah.
You're Polish because that's where you pay your taxes. If you move to America and you become an American citizen
Yeah.
and you pay your taxes to the government here, you're now an American.
Sure.
We're the only country that does that, though. There are plenty of immigrants in Europe, but if you are born there and you grow up there, if you're born in London and you grew up in London and your family's from Nigeria, you're British. That's what they call
Correct.
you. We're the only people who
That's my point.
Yeah, make
That's
us all.
my
yeah.
point. My point is that we sub by culture, we subdivide,
Why is that?
and then we combine.
That's not to be covered on the Moose and Bunny show.
Yeah,
is
no,
it?
but
That is the
it's a
deep
complicated-
part.
Yeah, my eyes just glared over.
That is the deep part.
Let's go back
Back
to
to
talking
shallow.
Jory's man.
Back to
Oh,
yes.
that's okay.
Well, come on, Jory.
Yeah, Jory.
I mean, what you said off the air. I mean, this guy better
come on.
better step up a little bit, or
No, now see, why do you got to do that?
Why do you
well,
want to get me in trouble?
See, exactly. Did you hear
He's
what I
not-
said?
he's not
I
listening.
said that we try to get her to talk about, but she wouldn't. And now you got to just go and cross the line.
Don't worry, he's not listening.
Yes, he is. 'cause
what
you can tell
what'd
by
she
the color
say?
of her
He's
skin.
playing more
He
the
doesn't live-
female role.
Oh,
That's
keep
what she
going.
said.
No,
Keep
the
going.
male role. She's playing
Keep
with.
going.
She is playing the male role.
Right,
He's
right.
playing
He's
more.
playing-
female.
I
yeah,
would
he's
say
playing the female role.
I react more like a man. Not
That's
would
okay.
blame the male or the female,
That's
but
not what she said.
like, well, that's what I meant.
That's what she meant.
no,
Oh, it's the old what you say versus what you mean.
You guys need to
Oh.
start
I
understanding how to
feel
listen.
sex is
here.
more intimacy, and I think
We do.
which men kind of see
No,
as sex is
Wait,
their
wait. Give her,
intimacy.
yeah.
Yeah, but men see. My experience has been is more of a physical act. It's like playing tennis. I would rather, if I had the choice, and my other half was going to cheat on me, would I rather she kiss somebody or she just have physical intercourse with them without the kissing? I'd rather she just had physical intercourse because the kissing to me is intimate. The kissing is very intimate. The physical intercourse is an act. The kissing is the intimate part. You know, when the eyes close and the lips come together, that is extremely intimate.
You
the other
watched
parts.
Pretty Woman, didn't you?
What?
You like
I think I'm leaving the
Pretty
room
Women?
now.
I know, you're making
I'm
me
out of here.
uncomfortable.
I'm very
I
uncomfortable.
think that
now
was
with
awesome. I
Yeah,
think that's
see,
the way to say it.
Heather,
You
see,
know? I mean,
Yeah.
you might as well
Me and
just have
Heather,
sex
we're
with
here.
them.
Yeah,
I
you ma-
agree.
yeah,
Kissing is
yeah,
a very,
yeah.
it's intimate. It's
Very
it's
intimate.
very,
Very-
yes.
yes.
physical. It's very your
Yes.
attraction.
Yes.
You know, that's the person. It's you and the person face to face.
Right.
That right there, I agree with
Yep,
you.
yep. The other's just like
well,
playing.
by the
Thank
way,
you,
there,
buddy.
you know, if you're tired of the relationship, there's ways to go about dumping somebody and ways not to.
Oh yeah. Well, I
Just in case
I always
you need
I
this
always like to
advice.
say, ask
I'm
them.
terrible at that part.
No, you just ask them. You go. Now that we're talking here, by the way, is your sister dating anybody? Because I'm going to be free soon.
Yeah, yeah. I think I've probably done
that
that
usually
before
works.
too. Yeah.
There's just never enough time on this show, is there, to cover everything we have.
You always
to
go to
cover.
break when it starts to get
I have
good.
to. It's just procedure.
All right.
AM 1450 KPTR. It's Moose and Bunny. Keep it here.
Okay, everybody.
So
Okay,
you
quiet,
ready?
Hold
You
on,
ready?
hold on. Ready?
You
Everybody
ready,
quiet?
Jory?
Okay,
You
ready?
You ready to jump on the mic?
Jory's time.
Do you need some more advice from
Now,
Moose
see,
and Bunny?
we can't get you to be quiet during the break. And as soon as the thing comes on, you go, I would get in, but there's no room. We're making room. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You have the stage.
Okay.
Ask me a question.
Oh, now
Ask
we
you a
got to ask you.
question.
We didn't have to ask
You
you,
had
one
plenty to
before.
say.
You had plenty to say.
A few minutes ago.
She's turning red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am ready.
You are red. That's
Yeah.
red.
Well, there you go. All right, we ready?
No, I don't know if she's ready.
Okay.
How about the do's and don'ts of really good sex?
I know.
Right? Oh, look at Heather's like, yeah, touchdown.
Lots of
Wait,
lube.
wait, go, right?
Lots
Score.
Lots of vocal scenario creating.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
You lost your train of thought there.
Yeah. Well, I got into one. Yeah.
He was imagining what he wasn't going to be doing
Okay,
later.
Jory, start the
All
conversation.
right, go ahead, Jory. There is what
Talk-
makes for good intimate interaction.
Into the mic, Jory. Into
You
the
said
mic.
ask
I'm
you.
gonna let Heather start with her.
Oh my
Jory, you
gosh.
got to.
I like it. I like it best when I'm there. That's always what makes it best
That's a
for
good
me.
start.
You're the
Yeah.
only one.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of times I am the only one.
He is the only one.
But then the nice part
myself,
about
and
it
I.
is, the nice part about that is I don't mind cuddling after when I'm the only one.
Well, if don't you say it's more enjoyable though if you like I said earlier,
not
if you
alone?
really like the person, then you can do the cuddling. You can do the, hey, maybe we'll go out to McDonald's later, right? Like Moose says.
Aren't they passed out at that point?
What?
Okay. Oh, don't rush. That
Yes.
says number one. It
Yes.
says the dudes don't rush.
Listen.
Don't rush.
That's how you're
She's got
able.
the zingers,
That's how
huh?
you're able to get away without saying much. Is hopefully they're passed out when you're done. You just leave a note.
And they get up and leave. Yes, I was just going to say that. You're passed out.
There you
Please
go.
leave.
Definition
Here's a
between
good one.
eternity.
Here's a good one though. Don't assume that just because you're in love that you can't have it dirty. There you go, Moose.
What? Listen. I found out. I did not realize that I am a total freaking pervert. I always thought it was normal.
I was
and all these
close.
people kept going, you're just. I'm like, really? Okay. I don't know. I like little small farm animals, and there's a lot of stuff.
What? Number 4, I can't say on
Did
the
you
air.
guys
You're going to have
remember-
to read this
You guys
off the
remember
air.
like a year ago there was this a group of men, I think it was like in Louisiana, they had some kind of private club, even like the sheriff of the town, and they got busted by the feds because they had this group of men, it was like 30 people, and they busted them having this party where they were all having sex with pigs.
Oh, my God.
Hey! They
I'm
may
not
not be
kidding.
the best-looking women in the world, but we don't ever refer to them as pigs. Yes, I do.
Well, it says, do remove your socks. So I go, in that case, you probably keep your socks on, right?
I cannot. That is
Something
that
else.
is an absolute violation of all rules.
Those poor pigs. Oh, wait.
Leave your high heels on.
Oh no, that's different. That's different. But you don't want them having on their tube socks they've been wearing all day at the gym.
Gross, no.
Do you
'Cause
wash
they
your
smell
hands?
when they put you in your face.
It says you should wash your hands.
What?
Yeah.
I wash my hands before I go to the bathroom.
Yeah?
Yeah, not afterwards.
Really?
Before. Well, I know where I don't know where my hand's been all day.
Do you-
my
how about a
God.
sense of humor? Does that
Always,
help
that's
make
good.
for good sex?
That's good.
So somebody has a good sense of people laugh every
Role
time.
play.
What do you say?
Role play.
Right.
What I used to do, I used to show them mine. Then when they got done laughing, ask them if they wanted to.
Oh, that's so hilarious, isn't it? That's you, though.
I think what makes it best is an open and willingness on both people to not judge the other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to have a little experimentation. You got to have a little fun. You got to have a little laughter. You got to have a little calmness. You got to have a little Bee Gees in the background.
Because you
Got to
to
have your
stay
angel
alive.
flights and your high heels and be your John Travolta strut.
You like the
little
strut? You like
massage
men and women. You like a guy with a strut. That shows confidence, right?
No,
No?
no.
Strut?
No comment?
No comment?
it is-
The only
We're gonna have
strut,
to- we're
listen,
gonna
the
have
only
to bring
strut
her
a guy
back.
needs
I know,
is in
we're
the
gonna-
I love
suspension
the
on
movie,
his
but I
truck.
don't know about the strut.
Yeah, I mean, he had confidence in that film. That was the character. He was like, hey,
How big a strut we talking about?
don't touch the hair. Yeah.
The stance.
Well, thank you,
zipper,
ladies.
zipper.
Thank you, Michael, for being here. Appreciate it. You'll have to come back, Jory, when you're not as shy.
Yeah.
AM 1450 KPTR. It's Moose and Bunny. See you, Moose.
Love you.